Don't wanna lose it. Hello and welcome. Dropping with problem. There isn't much we. My bias for today was a little bit bearish just because yesterday's price action, almost an engulfing candle. An engulfing candle if you don't measure from wick body. 4 hour looks bearish too. Tuesday's low, current week's low. You might see some action sweep here, but I will just wait and see what price does like the other 2 sessions. I will just simply wait and try to understand what is the tendency of price action. Is it moving fast? Is it moving slow? Is it leaving gaps that is unfulfilled, or does it have got a tendency towards fulfilling all the gaps, things like that. Okay. Now I currently see a crossover here, moving average cross, and price is slowly going down, but price is inside this range. London high and below, and price expanded a little bit yesterday, so I will be a little bit more cautious. Also, price has been range bound in the last couple of months, so since price is range bound and since it is close to the range lows, I won't rush for taking a short setup. I first want to observe what the price is doing. We got a nice closure here. I will just check the regular trading hours. Yep, yep, lower. I don't know if price is going to have this gap or not. I'll just wait and see. Let me zoom out this little bit. This is the opening gap on regular trade hours chart. When I zoom out, this is another big gap. Regular trade hours, weekly gap, the daily gap. And it looks like currently the area might work at level like this. Low of the old RTH gap. Demand area. Let me open the electronic pack. Since this fulfilled this gap completely, I am suspicious about the bearish movements. Okay, I mean, if this was really bearish and one-sided, I would expect to see some imbalances, right? Current price action looks like it is a balanced price action. I mean, it has got a tendency towards balancing back and forth. So I will just wait and try to understand what is today's tendency for price action. Okay. By tendency, what I try to mean is sometimes we see price action like that, right? Basement, and then is a one-sided price action with many multiple imbalances. It is a directional price action and it is a little volatile. Okay, and there's also price actions like here. Okay, So both days going lower, but characteristic is really different. And today I took paper trades too. I observed today's price action too, and today I approached price with a different manner, right? Because I started watching the chart as just like I always do. I waited and I just take a mean reversion trade after this sweep, okay? And I took aggressive partials, fast partials. Here is some of it. So the reason I was able to take this trade is I waited to see what was the tendency of the price action. And as you can see, just leaves a lot of wicks. It is a little back and forth price action and a little bit more difficult to read or understand because price is creating patterns that looks like reversal, but then it went back lower. A little bit more confusing than this one. This one more obvious. It is just directional, one-sided, and just dropping that. Okay, so how is today going to represent itself? I don't know. I can't see the future. I will just wait and see what is price doing. But let me give some examples. If price didn't fill these gaps and it if it had dropped lower with momentum without fulfilling this, then I would be looking for shorts even though it dropped lower. Okay, so right now, I mean, I'm not really trading the price. Some traders trade the price, trade the value. I trade the momentum most of the time. Most of the times, I trade with the order flow. I mean, I don't try to catch a better price. I don't care about shorting higher. I care about shorting when there is a momentum that is uh, pushing price lower with some conviction. Okay, so instead of trying to catch a short from here and wait inside of this consolidation, this chop, I would rather wait and not catch anything and just wait to see the momentum. As long as I see the momentum, just join the momentum and take something like that. Okay, some trade like that. So if I'm going to short, I will wait for something like that. If I am going to long, I'll wait for crossover, moving average crossover, something like that. And strength and momentum after the crossover. Crossover by itself is not enough for me. Okay, so when price is in between these two and these two is relatively close to each other, by these two I mean 200 simple moving average, this orange line, and 20 simple moving average, this red line. Let me show with the indicator. This is 20, this is 200. Okay, that's simple moving averages. When price is in between these, I don't really want to touch it because I believe these places are decision points. Okay, I mean, in between these, price might break out higher and keep going higher, and then give the momentum setup I want to get, or it might break out lower, or it might bounce in between these and then break out, or it might make a fake out and then break lower. There's a lot of possibilities here, and I don't want to bet on any of them because I have virtually no idea which one is going to occur. Okay, I mean, I can see the future, but I can bet on a train without the brakes. Okay, with no brakes. I mean, this price action is a train without brakes. I would never get in front of it because I see the momentum. Okay, it needs to crash something before it stops. Okay, it just drops dead. It's something and gets a little reaction. Okay, so it's really much more easier to get a short setup than the long setup. I mean, I'm not saying you cannot get profitable by long in this. It's possible to get profits. In fact, I saw some traders getting longs from these levels and ending the day with profits, entering from here, exiting from here. It's possible, but it is a little bit more difficult to manage. So, but when you are shorting, it's obviously easier. So, and these kind of price actions are the account killers, I believe. I mean, we learn how to trade, we learn the technical analysis from other traders most of the time, right? All traders. People like ICT or Stoic, or I don't know, maybe a more professional one. Like, I don't many traders though. I learned from Stoic Trader these technical concepts, and some teachers are great. I believe Stoic is a great teacher, and some teachers stuck a little. I believe I stuck a little because of his riddles and stuff. But most of them, almost all of them, teaches profitable content that only works during the trending market. Okay, I mean, when we first come into the markets, we start learning by directional price action. Nobody teaches us how to trade this. I mean, it is possible to trade this, but most of the time we learn things like that, right? When we learn market structure, they show us this. Okay, we don't see this. Nobody teaches market structure like this. Okay, nobody teaches how to take your long here and profit here, or short here and profit here. Almost nobody. I mean, of course there are some people that teaches how to trade ranges, but I mean, this is a really tight range, so It is also possible to bet on the levels over here. I mean, I wouldn't call this a bet trade. Something like that. Some people may take bets like that, or maybe something like that. I don't know. Just personalized. But what I'm trying to say is, I believe if you learn based on trending price action, based on expansions, trading consolidations gets really difficult. And most of us learn the market structure by observing the expansions, not consolidations. So, and currently I believe this is consolidating. I mean, it looks kind of obvious. And I believe, not I believe, I will treat this as if this is a consolidation as long as price is in between this and these two looks like a little flat, a little bit. I mean, the angle of this is really important for me, okay? I mean, look at the angle of this 20 simple moving average over here. Look how it looks. And look at the angle of this 200. And let's check the yesterday's price action and look at the angle. Okay? You see the difference? And look at the bullish version. Look at this averages angle. How do they look? And look at this one. If price starts to expand lower with momentum, then it will start to look like yesterday's price action, yesterday's moving averages. Because look at this. Price is in between. Price is in between. Okay. Look how price looks when it is in between these. And look what happens after price starts the expansion. And how these two starts to get further away from each other. And how much shorting opportunities throughout the day. So these are just some clues to interpret the price movement, the momentum of it, one-sidedness of it, this kind of stuff. Okay, this is now just like it is ranging, and if it keeps going on ranging, I will try to see a trade setup based on range-bound patterns. Okay, but if it starts to expand, then I might consider taking an expansion setup. But currently, the best thing for me to do is just simply wait. Oh, by the way, in the past, I traded price actions like this. For example, there were times I took a long setup, 1-to-1, just like this. Up here, take profit here. I would take high risk and exit in 1-to-1 immediately, but at some point this doesn't work and I take up too much losses. Also, taking trades like this and getting stopped out a little bit frustrating. I mean, um, win rate is not too high and risk reward ratio is not too high either, so it gets more frustrating to trade this for me at least. I mean, I'm not saying this is bad or good. I'm just saying I, I couldn't handle this kind of price action well. I know myself. I don't trade this good enough, so I just don't touch it. It's that simple. This price action is not for me. So I know that watching this kind of price actions are a little bit more boring, but uh, being patient, this kind of price action is what keeps us in the game, because I believe it's much more easier to trade when price is going one-sided, when it is directional. I believe every trader probably got some feeling. You know, sometimes you watch price and just you look so obvious, and you click, it immediately goes to profit. Yeah, and you take partials and it keeps going, and you said, hell yeah, this is the price action I wanna see. And sometimes every time you click, it goes to low. The more you click, the more you lose you experience. It feels frustrating. It feels as if price is plotting against you, right? I mean, I'm pretty sure you might felt like that. Whenever you click buy, it drops lower, and whenever you click sell, it goes higher, as if someone is watching and doing the reverse of what you do. Well, that kind of stuff happens only during the consolidations like that, because um, I think our brain has got a tendency towards completing the patterns before they occur. I mean, when my brain saw this, it immediately imagined two more candles like that. Okay, wasn't even uh, something I did consciously. Okay, it was just an automatic response. As soon as I saw this, my brain imagines this. It wants to see this. I don't know why, but it happens. Okay, so if I act impulsive, I got a tendency towards clicking the market sell. And you know what happens if I click the market sell over here? And then when my brain sees this candle, it says, oh, I was wrong. It is reversing. It was actually a buy. And after I buy, the price comes back lower again. So I just wait for the consolidation to end. I don't even need to know where the price is going. I don't care if my bias is correct or not. I had a bearish bias and price was below this below the 200, and I mentioned this crossover here. So it was looking kind of bearish, but but kind of is not enough for me. I want to high quality, high probability setup, so I just wait until price gives it to me. Yeah, right now it started to look like the way I wanted to see it. Yeah, now we're talking. Let's see how this hourly candle closes. It's got 30 seconds left, and what happens after the 10 a.m. It's going to give a long wick, or is it going to drop as soon as it opens? I mean, new hourly candle. Is it going to consolidate a bit on and then drop lower? I don't know. I will watch, and I am feeling like I might find a nice setup around here. Waiting patiently. There's no wick on hourly chart. Just opened. I don't know if it's going to just drop that or come back to trade its wick. I just don't really know, and I don't try to know either. I mean, I'm not trying to predict the future. I'm just trying to understand the here and now. What's happening right now? If I see more imbalances lower, I might look at 30-second chart. Otherwise, I will stay in 1 minute. I believe this starting to look better. Price finally made its decision. It has left the in-between area, and it's leaving multiple imbalances, dropping lower. So I'll just keep waiting to see my entry pattern. And if I see that, simply execute just like I did yesterday. Check gold. You know, I can check it for you, but I never trade it. I don't know anything much about the gold, and I don't really know its intraday characteristics. I know that it has a tendency towards moving a lot throughout the all day. May move Asia on London or New York. Nasdaq is a little bit different. Nasdaq creates most of its best expansions during the AM session. So since I prefer a particular hours to trade, hours, I only trade between times. I don't really know much about the gold. Seems like it's over here. A minute. Looks a little bit more strange to my. That's a lot. One minute again. Okay, price took the important liquidity levels below. Also, bodies because rejection blocks. I don't know. Midpoint. I'll just be a little bit cautious over here. I'm not going to chase a reversal setup. That's not what I do. Don't take reversals. I mean, I take I may take reversal setups. I call some of my setups as reversal setups, but I don't try to catch the exact bottoms. Currently, I'm definitely not longing right now, and I also don't see a short setup because I don't see a sequence, just like shape. So price is also not extremely fast. So I don't know. I think I will not look at the 30-second chart. I can just observe this liquid level, this price zone area. I am also watching the speed of the candlesticks, how they form, how they look, how fast they move. As you can see, seems a little bit more calm, seems a bit more calmer than yesterday. So when it is a bit calmer, this I tell myself volume might be lower, so price is lower. Okay, normally if we compare it yesterday, it was something like there was. I put my desktop entry over here, and then price closed candlestick something like that. I put the sell over, but this time I will not take this entry because conditions looks a little bit different than yesterday. First of all, I see a little bit slower price action. That's number. Secondly, price currently really close. Yesterday took the setup after hit the higher time frame bearish level, then started over with best. Let me show yesterday. Just something like dropped, left the equity level, swept. We waited to see how it reacts from the gap. Then we entered right from this breaking of this low. Okay, and there's only single swing. See that? There is no additional sweep. If there was one more sweep, we would have ended with stop stop loss because our stop was here. Okay. So today it looks a little bit different. It is seems like it is making a double top right now, double top above this equity level, but I'm still unsure about it because of how when it's simple moving average, it seems like it bounced up a little. I will just wait for this candle. Yeah, it's not exactly same with yesterday's price action. Not the same speed, not the same setup. I will be more patient. One of the reasons I wait is, I said, if I'm going to engage the price in 30-second chart, then I will be cautious about 30-second level. Okay, this, do you see this very simple moving average? See how it looks? Just going down, then upward. Okay, and let's compare this with yesterday. Okay, see, price used this level. This was always looking down, and price used this as a dynamic resistance level. Didn't Price couldn't even go above it. And the same logic is actually visible in here too. After this 20 simple moving average started to look up, price had a reaction from it, make one last sweep, and then started its movement lower. So I take short here, combo movement, and if I see the same thing over here, I might consider engaging. Right now it started to look a bit more bearish, but a little patience won't kill me. So this is why flexibility on day trading matters a lot. I mean, understanding the conditions, understanding the if I treat it today just like yesterday, I would be acting based on a recency bias, and I might get stopped out after entering from here. One stop from might could have come here, one from here, another stop would be here. So this may look like this 20 simple moving average was working as a resistance, but then it was broken and price started to use it as a support level. But I still couldn't use this as a support level too long because it's looking down, right? Whereas in 30-second chart, looking up. So if I were to take any long setups, the target, my maximum target would be here. Okay, because price might tap this and then reverse, or make a deep retracement after tapping this one. So the possible target for long is not that big, and price is leaving a lot of wicks. This is a SPS on 30-second. Okay. Breakout, tap, higher high, sweep, fourth, fifth. This looks like a branch reversal setup, but I mean it leaves too much wick and it is really slow. And when I check the price, I just feel like it just doesn't worth the headache. Because price is really slow. Normally, I would expect price to go higher after taking this one, but since price is really slow, I feel like just wouldn't worth it. Also, it is a counter trend setup. Okay, it is a range reversal. Pardon me, I meant expanded reversal, not a range reversal. An expand. So there is a possibility that price keeps consolidating and this thing starting to look hot and eventually look down. And also this 1 minute moving average still looking downwards. Okay, I mean if price closes below it, it will keep going lower. We already dodged some stop losses over here by just understanding that this price action is not as fast as yesterday, right? And it is actually something that can be seen with just a common knowledge, right? Because on Monday, price went higher, hit some bearish levels, and on Tuesday, it started to expand lower, and now we are on Wednesday. Even if price wants to still keep going lower, it might very well go a little bit more, a little bit slower than yesterday, than it did yesterday. Looks not much. Don't mind these gaps. Hold weekly. It seems like I don't know, it seems like this might not hold, but it also doesn't seem like it just wants to expand higher. No, both direction looks weak. I mean, um, the aggressive buyers or aggressive sellers doesn't seem to be in control. Price seems to be more balanced, so it is just picking the both sides. So I will just keep and keep wait and see. Try to understand what it does. Okay. If I took this long, I was gonna end up with a stop loss. I just wanted to be with the trend, which is currently a little bit bearish because of the way moving averages look. But I didn't want to jump into a short setup blindly either. I want to get something with a little bit more high probability. So just keep waiting. This looks like a combo, but I don't like the way it appearing above the 20 simple move. Maybe I might take this one. I don't know. I will just observe a bit more. Go on. Oh, really big stop points. Seems like we might get a stop loss, get stopped out here. I preferred a lower size here because of the way price looked. So because I also thought that it may or may not make a double top like that. I just wanted to try my chance with just one micro and it immediately got stopped out. If I took too long, yes, another one I will take too because of the double top. And I will again target 2 hours. And I will leave a sell stop over here. It breaks below this. I will have another entry. Okay, now don't take the entry. Now it did. Okay. One partial to 1 hour. Oh, by the way, if this one gets stopped out too, I will take a break. Yep, got stopped out too. I will now wait and try to understand what price is trying to do. Okay. This is the kind of days that I don't really like much because it prints the entry pattern I like. So if I don't act cautious enough, it gives me multiple stop losses, and even when I try to act cautious, I can still get stopped out like that. So just a little bit more patience. Just wait a little bit more and try to not getting tilted. Okay. I think I will no longer look at the 30-second chart because as we saw here, price was lower. So I experimented a little bit, and I think I I shouldn't even look at it at all for today because there was no imbalances over here, and the moving average didn't look so great. So I think I just wanted to experiment it, and I think I just didn't want to hesitate. So, but I will log this as a miscalculation or a mistake in my journal, and I will be a lot more careful next time. This is why I started with paper trading. I wanted to gather some more data. I was constantly over trading before I started this session. After a stop loss like this, I would immediately open a long to get the losses back, etc. I don't want to do such things anymore. Just look this high. I will open 1 minute, not 30 seconds. A little bit too big. The thing I don't like about this kind of price action is when I put my stop loss to the swings, they became too big. But when price moves, it moves a little. You know, yesterday I was taking with a lot smaller stop sizes, but price was expanding nicely. Today, stop losses are wider, but expansions are smaller. So not my favorite kind of price action, but I just need to survive somehow. I'm just trying to understand what it does here. Is it going to use this as a support level and bounce higher, or seems like we'll just keep giving wicks like that, then keep ending lower. Okay, I think this is a nice sell. And this is the last setup that I will try for today. If this one gets topped out too, I will close today, call it a day, because I'm not trying to win every single day or profit every single day. I am trying to create habits that are necessary for making profits, you know. So this is the last one. This one gets stopped out too. I will be done and I won't take any other trades. Do you have any questions, by the way? I will add another one. Oh, my stop loss this high. I will take a partial profit from this low, a little bit above this low. It just doesn't take the lows, and tough luck. I think today some losses could have been avoided if I didn't trade it, didn't trade the 30-second chart. I think I opened the 30-second just because of the old habits, because I remember I said today's momentum is a little bit lower, so 30-second might not be ideal today. I remember saying something like that. So I will take this as a note. I'm glad I started this with paper and didn't rush to take any risks. Oh, by the way, I think I will make a video about why I went back to paper trading. I mean, I was profitable for quite a while. There was times that I struggled, I couldn't make it. There was times like I couldn't trade the price properly, and at those times I used to force my luck even more. I remember I used to push even further. You know? So those days were not really fruitful. I mean, I could make money, but the price of making money was too high. I was giving my sanity, giving my peace of mind to get some money. So I'm glad I'm not doing that anymore, and I am glad that I was finally able to earn the peace of mind, short-term gains. Let's see how it goes. This is a long SPS probability, but I don't think that price might complete this without making double bottom. I mean, I don't expect a immediate reversal from. If it is going to reversal from here, I would expect one more sweep, double bottom. I mean, taking out this. I'll just keep holding my position to my target. I might even hold it further. The hourly chart. I think this eventual target is low. Okay. So, but I don't wanna move my target. I already picked this one, so leave it like that. And just call it a day without getting tilted. If you have any questions, you may ask them now or ask them Twitter DMs. For watching. Thank you for joining me. Have a great day ahead. Goodbye.